In the quiet village of Omu, dawn broke gently over the thatched roofs. Children chased chickens through the red dust, and women carried baskets of yams and fish to the marketplace. Smoke curled lazily from clay cooking fires, and the day felt alive with color and rhythm. Yet at one corner of the market, there sat an old woman whose presence brought unease. Her name was Mama Ewe. At 70, she was thin and frail, her cheekbones sharp beneath weathered skin, her grey hair tied back in a faded headscarf. She wore a dull indigo wrapper and a loose brown blouse, and on her lap rested a woven basket filled with chili peppers. These were no ordinary peppers. Each one glistened with something unnatural, tiny droplets that looked like tears. And if you leaned close, you could swear the peppers themselves were quietly weeping, like children in sorrow. The villagers kept their distance. Some whispered that Mama Ewe had bargained with spirits long ago. Others said her peppers could cure the sick or kill the greedy. No one dared to touch them, for every tale of her wares ended in misfortune. But one day, a traveler came into the market. He was a man of 35, strong and broad-shouldered, with the look of someone who had crossed many rivers and survived many nights in the wild. His dark skin gleamed with sweat from the road, and his short curly hair was damp against his brow. A rugged beard framed his jaw, and he carried a heavy wooden staff. Unlike the villagers, he did not fear Mama Ewe. He walked straight to her stall, his voice deep with confidence. "Old mother," he said, "I will buy your peppers." The market fell silent. Coins clinked as he dropped them on her mat. Mama Ewe's hands, wrinkled and frail, pushed the basket toward him without a word. Her eyes, calm and unreadable, watched him as though she already knew what would follow. The traveler laughed as the villagers begged him not to taste them. "Fear makes you weak," he said. "I will make soup tonight, and you will see that I live." He took the peppers and walked out of the village, ignoring the fearful stares behind him. That night, under the full moon, he built a fire in the forest. A clay pot bubbled over the flames, filled with meat and herbs. He dropped Mama Ewe's peppers into the broth, and the air grew heavy as the steam rose. In the smoke, faint faces of children appeared, weeping, whispering. The traveler frowned, but shook it off. He was not a man to fear shadows. He stirred the soup and tasted it. At first it was hot, fiery, alive on his tongue. But then the heat burned deeper, clawing into his chest. He staggered back, clutching his stomach, as whispers filled his ears. The voices of children, hundreds of them, calling his name, accusing, crying. Blood filled his throat. He coughed, and red splattered the ground. His staff fell from his hand as veins bulged across his skin. From the blood on the earth, faces began to form, ghostly, pale, whispering faces of the dead. From the shadows, a few villagers who had followed him gasped. A mother covered her son's eyes. Elders shook their heads. None dared to go closer. By dawn, the traveler lay trembling beside the fire, his body broken. The clay pot still boiled, sending up smoke that carried the cries of unseen children into the wind. The villagers carried word back to Omu, shaking their heads in dread. At the marketplace, Mama Ewe sat quietly. The basket of peppers was once again at her side. Her hand rested on it gently, and though her face was calm, her eyes seemed far away, as though she was listening to voices no one else could hear. And when the people passed by, they swore they could hear it again, the soft sound of children weeping from inside the peppers. And so, the story spread, the peppers that cry. Some said they were cursed, the tears of spirits bound to Mama Ewe's basket. Others said they were justice, meant to punish those who walked with arrogance. Whatever the truth, one thing was certain, in Omu village, no one touched Mama Ewe's peppers. Not even the brave. And that, my friends, is the story of the pepper that cries. Would you dare to taste it?